Welcome, viewers and listeners. The story is told of a man who was on a long-haul flight when the voices came from the captain across the speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your belts. I'm also asking the cabin crews to take up their seats. And we are suspending beverage services because we are expecting turbulence ahead. One moment, the plane lifted up on current of the air. The next it dropped as if about to crash. The man was terrified, as other passengers. Only one person seemed to be calm. A little girl. Her feet tucked beneath her as she curled up reading a book in the midst of mayhem. Sometimes she closed her eyes as if napping. Gradually, the plane escaped the storm and finally flew on to its final destination. While waiting to disembark, the man could not help asking the little girl why she was not worried. The little girl said to the man, "My dad is the pilot, and he is taking me home. I was not worried because I knew my dad was in the cockpit." Friends, as we face the storms of life, what do you think? Today, the globe is faced with the storm of coronavirus pandemic. The globe is faced with this storm of racial tension as a result of callous and brutal killing of George Floyd in America. And lots of countries are facing even more storms. My country, Uganda, is facing the storm of locusts.
Uganda is the latest East African country battling an invasion of millions of desert locusts after the pest this month crossed the Kenya border, and locals are left to their own devices to try to scare away the bugs.
Half of the garden, there are no leaves on the cassava.
The storm of famine, the storm of floods.
Thousands of Ugandans have been displaced from their homes after heavy rains hit the East African country.
And you name it. But what do you think when you face these storms of life? In the midst of storm, we need to set our minds on the one who is at the controls, the Almighty God. That's what makes a difference. And that's what matters. Storm will always come. But it doesn't matter what kind of storm we face. So long as we set our minds at the one who is in control, God, then we can go through the storm. After all, God is taking us home. We can rest secure in Him as He takes us home. I know some people have lost their dear ones to the coronavirus. Isaiah 26 verse 3 is a prayer for us to echo. You will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you. See, if we trust in God, it doesn't matter what we face. We are secure. And may God help you to think about these things as we face the storms of life in our nations today. Because